Welcome, beautiful beings, to the third and final episode of this mini-series, Understanding Reason. Reason is the purpose, it's the mission, it's the message. It is the reason for being. So, in this episode, we're going to understand a little bit more about how reason influences the animal kingdom, and also understanding more about our own reason and how the animal kingdom can help us in regards to our mission and our purpose, how the animal kingdom can assist us, just understanding that overall energy of mission and purpose, that reason in regards to the animal kingdom, because that reason is also that inspiration that we all carry within us. So why are we here? What are we here to do on an individual level and a collective level? How the animal kingdom, as we have learned thus far, are group soul energy. We as humans are not group soul energy. So how we can fit into that reason as a collective, it's that free will of choice. We have the choice to be that collective group soul in a way with each other as humans, because we have so much individuality. The animal kingdom, in some ways, when it comes to reason, they do have some sort of like free will choice, but in a very different way than humans. So we're going to understand a little bit more about that. Also, the What is the 3Rs blog is complete. It's just a more simplified version of these videos, kind of a good reference point of understanding. And then there is some messages about how we can facilitate a truly harmonious connection with the animal kingdom as well, different practices and things that may not have been mentioned in these videos. So that link is in the description for you to check out as well to further your understanding of the 3Rs. And you can also expect in the future another mini-series that I'm working on with the warrior frequency that will be coming out in the future. But let's get started on understanding reason and concluding our understanding of the 3Rs. Hello, beautiful humans. I am the head Elfian Animal Healer. I am the elder of the Elfian Animal Healers of the Elfian realm, Divine Feminine Energy. And for the last time in this series, I'm coming forth to discuss reason. Reason. The third R, the most important R. No, I'm joking. All the R's are equally important, but the reason is the one that I can speak a little bit more about. It's that energy's frequency relationship to you all. So the reason for the animal kingdom is their purpose. So it's their, why are they here? Why were they created? What is their group soul's mission? So for cleansers of the earth, for example, cats and owls and snakes, they cleanse the earth in different ways. They cleanse the ley lines and they can help with the mental body. There are the animal healers. So there are the animals that offer healing. I know way back when, we did with the communicator the Animal Healer series that started off as intuitive claircognizance and then directly channeling the Elfian Animal Healers to discuss on behalf of the animals their messages and how they can help the chakras. So I know, like the rabbits, they help with the root chakra, so they also offer healing to the ley lines. The dogs can help with the sacral chakra. They offer healing energy when it comes to connections. Is why they are symbols of loyalty and that companionship. So having one can help you with healing your sacral chakra, and if you're ever having stress and emotional disbalance and you're feeling it in your sacral, they know and they intuitively will come and they'll lay near your womb and offer that support. So there is that feeling that they have and that reason that they remember, this is something that I can do, this is part of my mission, this is part of my purpose, part of my reason to help. There is even that, you know, with lions, they work with the solar plexus, and so they know that they are, you know, symbols of this power and this strength, and what they represent gives a message to you all humans of what this power looks like. And they became like the symbol of the solar plexus. Step into your power, give that lion energy. And they know that they exude that energy. They step into that power every day in nature. And they remember that on some level. They know what they're doing on some level, staying in that harmonic resonance, staying in the rhythm, and staying in that rhythm affects their reason. So when they're in flow with their rhythm and they can speak their rhyme, they are in reason. They are in their purpose. So, you know, even in regards with like the elephants, you see that the way that they behave, they became this healing energy for the heart chakra, and also symbols for transmutation and change too. And they're very emotional animals, and so they remember that their reason is this emotional connection, and that they are very maternal beings, and that they grieve the death of their fellow elephants, and they have this higher group soul energy, and they remember. And the parrots, they actually speak. So you see them, they're like, okay, they are the throat chakra of the animal kingdom. They speak they can speak to us. And their part of their reason is flowing in that rhythm and kind of messing with the rhythm a little bit, and like, I'm gonna parrot you. And the way that they behave, the way that they act, when they are in reason, they show us, they show us what they do. They show us how they can help on an energetic level, on a physical level. The owls are obviously cleansers of the earth, so they are cleansing those negative manifestations out of the earth, but they are also offering support and that intuition, and helping with intuition. And butterflies help with that change, and they help with that evolution of the crown, and that flowing and growth. They are the symbols of growth. And we see that nature, for you humans, can help educate you on the ascension process, can help educate you on evolution, can help educate you on harmony, can help educate you on the flowing of nature. And a lot of them, their reason is reminding you of what you're doing here, reminding you of your reason, of delivering you messages and educating you on what's going on in your life. And so for a lot of them, the way that the reason frequency flows with them is that when they are on purpose and they are experiencing their reason for being, they are also on purpose even more, because they can remind you of yours. So even the horses, that they have that connection with the earth, and when you connect to them, you go horseback riding, and your earth star chakra starts getting activated, because they have this energy connected to the earth star chakra. And they know that when they have that connection with you, and they have that rhythm with you, they're on reason for reminding you of what's going on, of connecting to the earth and activating that chakra. But they also have that literal ability that when you connect with them, it opens and activates. They know. And the aquatic realm is like primary example for reason, because they are always on reason, for the most part. For the most part. Dolphins sometimes do whatever they want. I'm joking, they're all always on reason. Dolphins are like the dogs of the sea, and they are such powerful energy connected to the higher heart chakra. So they're entertainment souls. They love that connection to humans, and they like that direct connection to humans. But the only times that dolphins in the course of history have ever reared off from their reason and their rhythm and gotten too off balance and have actually experienced disbalance to a whole new degree was the influence and experimentation from humans. Of course, when humans experiment on animals, that they do lose that remembrance of reason and start behaving in unnatural ways. And that's why, of course, the experimentation did cause the fall of Atlantis. And that's also why it's important now that experimentation isn't on animals isn't highly recommended. Now, there are some animals where that experimentation on them, it doesn't necessarily affect them as much, and that would be the animals classified as negative manifestations. So lab rats, where in a way, the way that they have been created energetically, they don't necessarily resonate at a higher frequency. They don't have this higher mission and purpose on a soul level, but they can be used to offer further insight from a research standpoint. And for them, that they are more on purpose in that way, because their energy was created as a result of the experimentation, and yes. So for them and their reason, that is more in alignment than, for example, sheep, who their reason is very different. The reason is completely different than in some ways that they have been used before. So. And there is that, and that understanding of also the energetic frequency that they resonate in. Like, for example, chipmunks in that neutral area where they're not necessarily doing something on like a higher purposeful level, but they do pave the way and allow the opening of doors for other animals to get work done. And so they're kind of that like guide, and they're also very much reminders of creativity. So when they come and they're like chirping at you, because they are more in that like neutral area, the creative energy flows more in the physical form than in the non-physical. And so they're reminding you that the way that your life force energy can evolve and change in the physical form is through creativity. And so they come and remind you of that. So there are so many different, and the different spectrum of the animal kingdom, and their different energetic purposes and their physical purposes, of course. The biggest one is, what is the reason for the wasps? And they're doing things too. It's the flow. And sometimes some animals, it's their, or even insects, of course, their purpose could just be to be contributing to the circle of life, be contributing to the animal kingdom, be contributing to the polarity. The negative manifestations are seen as bad, but they are contributing to the polarity line. So they're existing, showing that there is a polarity. And as much as you don't want them, you don't want mice running around all the time in your house, we do not want that. Do not want, not welcome, but they are doing something. Everything has a purpose, even if it's something that you don't like. Everything has a purpose one way or another. There is a reason, and their reasons flow with each other. If there wasn't things to be cleansed from the earth, then what would the cleansers of the earth be doing? And so that's how life flows. So part of understanding the reason frequency is to accept that everything has a reason, everything has a purpose and a mission. In the animal kingdom, everything does. Those are just examples of different things, but everything does. The human kingdom, you all have reasons and purposes. So the important thing to remember is that everyone is here for a reason. So you're here for a reason. And even the people who have hurt you are here for a reason. It's remembering that everyone is here for a reason. Accepting and having a healthy relationship with the reason frequencies, understanding that everything has a reason for being. Because everything does. Now, we work mainly to remind the positive polarity animals of their reason for being, keeping them on purpose, because oftentimes the positive, we're using positive polarity because that's just the frequency they resonate in, because again, no animals are bad, they're all created for a reason. But, so for example, like canines and felines, they tend to be very attractive to humans. They're domesticated, they are, very much, humans want to get involved in their lives so much because they resonate at a certain frequency that humans love, and humans want to have that friendship, and they do have this eternal loving friendship with the humans. And so we work to help them remember their reason, that not only are they here to have that eternal loving friendship with the humans, but also for other things as well. The aquatic realm too. The aquatic realm can sometimes get very much involved in being the aquatic realm because they resonate just like a little bit higher in frequency, the aquatic realm, than the human realm or the animal kingdoms as a whole, excluding the aquatic realm. The aquatic realm is part of the animal kingdom, but it's different. The aquatic realm can have a little bit more individuality in regards to their group souls. They evolve in different ways. They're still part of the animal kingdom, just in a different way. And they're very much connected to the frequency of to evolution, or ascension rather, and healing. And specifically the balancing of the head and the heart, and that oneness of becoming in unity with self, with all parts of you existing in harmony with each other. They're very much connected to the harmony frequency and the harmonic resonance. The rhythm isn't always at a disbalance with them, because oftentimes we've observed that humans in regards to the aquatic realm feel more called to help, more called to be a part of it, but there is obviously the disbalance in rhythm in regards to, the overconsumption. Of course, reflect on consumption energy and understand that even if you are consuming animals, that even though, their reason is more than that. So when they do their reason, when they complete that reason that they're meant to do, they are less likely to feel fear when they are being hunted. And oftentimes there is that forgetting of reason, that the animals are here for a reason too, and their reason isn't to be food. They have other reasons too. And when that physical form feels ready to go, it feels ready to go, and you can establish that rhythm with them. In regards to the reason, you can have that relationship, and we've observed ancient cultures in the past, Native Americans and in other ancient cultures in the past who have done rituals in the sense of respecting that rhythm with the animal kingdom. Allowing them to offer up, calling on the groups, they'll offer like what form is ready to go, that is healthy, that when humans need food. So you can establish that relationship, you can establish that communication. It all comes down to that rhyme, that communication. So with the reason for animals, again, it's acknowledging their reason, no matter, what it is, even if it's something small. But again, at the end of the day, their reason is being part of the circle of life, not being part of the food chain, just the circle of life. With the aquatic realm specifically, the aquatic realm are very good reminders of reason, and they're very calming. So, when there is stress, when there is anxiety, when there is nervousness, going by the aquatic realm, even if you don't see, a dolphin or a whale or a turtle or a shark, that energy offers cleansing, offers clearing and healing, and opens yourself up. You open yourself up to higher understanding, because actually the higher chakras, the animals that work with the fifth dimensional chakras other than the Earth Star, of course, they are all marine life. They are all from the aquatic realm, because the aquatic realm has different messages to give in their reason. And so for helping you understand and have a healthy relationship with the reason frequency, it's just taking time to think about it. Think about it. What is their reason? Allow yourself to understand it. And allow yourself to understand your own. So the reason frequency for yourself, it's your missions and your purpose. So your initial purpose is why you were created as a soul. Your missions are what you do in each lifetime to help you complete your purpose. They are not the same thing. They're different, but they work together. So, your reason is your purpose. Your missions are also part of your reason. So, for you to understand your purpose, you must understand your missions and why you are here. There's not going to always be this guardian angel or spirit guide or God or Mother Earth telling you, this is what you're here to do, this is what you need to do. This is something you remember on your own, actually. Because they're not going to tell you directly, you do this, you do this. It's not a quest outline and you have bullet points and this is what you're meant to do. No. Because that would be too easy. You're beings of life. And so, to be a being of life, you have this beautiful brain that oftentimes can get distracted with overthinking and stress and anxiety and gets so overwhelmed and so heavy, but it is so powerful. Your brain, your mental body is so powerful. I mean, your word, your invocation is so powerful. What you say yes to and what you say no to, what you allow in, your boundaries are so powerful. Because you are powerful. You have to remember that. So your mind is so powerful. You know, intuitively, you know from your higher self what your missions are and what you're here to do. You just need to remember. And a lot of times, just sitting, the animal kingdom, observing them in their reason, in their nature, in their environment, can remind you of something you're meant to do. For example, sitting and observing the way that a squirrel buries an acorn could trigger a memory, trigger a response, remind you of something you're meant to do, Maybe one of your many missions in this lifetime is to spend time planting seeds, understanding growth, understanding ascension. Maybe you're supposed to be going through periods of growth. Maybe you're constantly supposed to be evolving and changing and ascending as a human in this lifetime. Maybe one of your missions in this lifetime is just to experience that spiritual growth. And just by sitting and observing a squirrel doing that, it can trigger response in the brain and remind you what you're meant to do. So, one major thing, and to remind you of in regards to reason, is one major reason that you all have as humans is overcoming fear. So one mission you all have is overcoming fear and learning to choose love. Learning to resonate in the frequency of love that is part of your original excellence, part of your nature. Learning to resonate in it. So, a lot of times, the animal kingdom, you're tested with the animal kingdom a lot. You know, what do I fear, you may think? How would I survive if this animal appeared? There's a lot of fear in regards to the animal kingdom. It's fear of the unknown. When you feel fear of, the animal kingdom, there's a fear. And a lot of it stems from fear of the unknown. Because you don't know what you would do. What would I do if a gorilla approached me, you may think, or a bear? What do I do if an animal attacks me? You may think. It's not always going to be love and light, you may think. What do I do in this real situation? Well, one, animals don't tend to do things unless they're provoked. And again, they respect the rhythm. Trust in that. If they're approaching for a reason. So if a bear comes to your car and sits in front of you, it doesn't do anything. It could be coming to tell you something, to deliver you a message. Or, sometimes, animals, specifically when it comes to canine and feline, if they need help, they will come to you. If you need help, if they know you need help and they can help you, they will come to you. So, there's always a reason behind something. And sometimes the reason can be randomness, but randomness isn't necessarily how the universe works. There's always a reason. Everything happens for a reason. To teach you something. To be a part of life. Why life is a circle is because it's never ending. Life is also a tree, because it's always growing. So when it comes to understanding your reason, you think, when I find my soul tribe, I'm going to know why I'm here. Dear humans, children of life and light, when you understand your reason, your tribe will follow. Because to find your tribe, to find your community, to find where you fit in, you have to understand your reason. Because your reason is part of your authenticity. So actually, when you start embracing your authenticity, you start embracing your intuition and your inspirations, your missions are being uncovered for you. Your purpose is being uncovered for you. When you follow your intuition and your inspirations, and then those things will lead you to the people and the places and the communities that are going to have those truly harmonious connections and those eternal loving friendships. For you to understand your reason, it's understanding where your intuition, your higher self, intuition and inspiration is calling you. Your missions will call you, but it's up to you to answer. That's the final message. Thank you, Elder. Thank you. Not like, it feels very concluded. It feels like she got to the point. She said everything she needed to say. It was a lot of just seeing the animals and the example she was giving. And also that just like acceptance that there is a reason for everything kind of helps us understand our mission. And I think that's true, because when I didn't in my life, when I didn't understand what was going on, I didn't understand why, I was like, there can't be any reason why this was happening. I didn't understand what I was meant to do. But when I started understanding that there was a reason for everything and that everything had a purpose, I started understanding my own. And so I guess that is true. Like, when we open ourselves up to understanding that there is a reason for everything, our reason gets revealed, because we, in the same way of when we allow ourselves to be grateful and abundance comes, when we allow ourselves to understand what reason is and that there are reasons for the things happening, and it's not random, and it's not to hurt us, and it's not to spite us, it's to help us. We do open ourselves up to understanding our missions and purpose, because there are little hints in the things that happen to us. There are hints about what our missions and our purpose is, because everything that happens around us, is to help remind us and to help us evolve. So that's I guess it's a very good way of thinking of things. So that feels like all. It feels like we've concluded the series. Like I mentioned in the introduction, there is a blog, a 3Rs blog, the written form, that is now available and published. That came out earlier today, so that is linked in the description below, so you can check it out, so you can read it and understand a little bit more about the 3Rs, just a little bit simpler, breaking it down as an easy reference point to help guide you. So until the next episode of whatever it may be, I feel like the sound frequency guidance will be coming up soon, of helping us heal our ears and our communications, probably a communication body episode of like the healing the body systems more likely would come out, but also working on a mini series with the warrior frequency. So there's a lot of different things that I'll be working on at the same time of some massive moves and changes happening in my life. So I'm still making sure to get everything out there, and there is a new course that either has come out already or is coming out within the next week as well. So balancing our divinities is that course. So if it's out already, it's in the description. If it's not out, stay tuned, because I will make a post about it. Balancing our divinities is a great way to help us understand our 3Rs, our rhyme, rhythm, and reason. And sending you love, light, and inspiration. Until then, stay inspired.